And we wait. I want to see something real quick before people get in the room. I want to see my CPU management. No, dang. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, we can end all this. And we wait. Hey, Mike Wolf, how are you doing, buddy? I'm trying to see. I deleted a bunch of stuff, including malware, thinking it would speed up my, well, not necessarily speed up my computer, but stop the all the junk and uh, the what am I trying to say? The live stream. I wanted to stop interrupting the live stream. I am doing well. I found something really cool. I mean, it's not that cool. I mean, I don't know. Mike, do you do current? And hello, whoever else joined the room. Do any of you all do currency? Because I found something that I think's kind of cool. I doubt it's rare, but I got it in change. I'm starting to check my currency now because I know a lot of people do collect currency. It's probably not worth anything, but I thought I'd get checked out. Hey, DMV 360 in the house. How are you doing? I had no plan to do anything really tonight except like hang out. So, uh, actually, I kind of wanted to know what y'all do collect. That's one of the main things I wanted to know. I should have put that in the title, but I didn't. Oh well. Is this on right? This glove doesn't feel on right. I guess it is. Um, yeah, I was wondering what you all collect. I'm strictly errors and varieties, pretty much. Uh, and I know they say don't, for instance, what is it? Don't. Well, there are a lot of sayings, but basically, don't collect what you sell. But I don't make a lot of money anyway. We knew what you meant. But see, since I don't sell a lot anyway, I can at least have a nice collection for quite a while. So that's why I sell errors and varieties and collect them. Because I'm not making a lot of money. I'm just having fun. So this is what I found today, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna make the can. I'm gonna hang on. I need to switch cam settings for just a minute. Uh, is that one it? What the heck? Come on. What am I doing? It doesn't want to let me move it. Oh. Well, after all these months of using OBS, oh, by the way, I've got a joke about that, by the way. But after all these months, I figured out what the little lock icon means. It means it locks whatever you're looking at, or locks whatever you're showing in that specific spot on that screen. Had no clue. All right, let's lock this for a minute. So this is what I found. Now it's not in the best shape, but look. It begins with a 0, and it is a star note. Series 2013. So somewhat low. All right. Talk to you later, Mike. Somewhat low serial number. I mean, relatively speaking, since it starts with 0 and then a star note. I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. First one, first low serial number, and first start up in a very long time. I actually didn't start looking for them again until lately. I actually never have cash on me because I just don't need it. I use my debit card, but for like rent and things like that, I have to get cash and then get a money order. So I always check that cash first, and I always have a little bit left over, like $5, just to see. And I usually put it in ones just to check. Hello, everyone in the room. This is just casual chat and my cool find, my star note with the lower serial number. If anyone knows that, there's either an app or a website or something that shows the value or the rare, I guess the rarity of a specific serial number. If anyone knows what that is, let me know because I'd like to know kind of if I can sell it for a couple of bucks, two times face or something, 100% profit. Oh, I'm feeling a little rough tonight. I'm not sure why. So I probably won't stay on for 3 hours like I usually do, but I'll be on a while. I come on, I think, at a weird time because I don't have a lot of viewers. I know that's not all that it has to do with, but I would love to try to figure out a good time to come on and get plenty of people in the room. I'm also, I think I said this last week and I didn't do it yet, but I'm also going to start making recorded videos and uploaded videos. Also, for the 4 people in the room right now, if you're a member of Koneka and you've not voted yet, there are 2 seats contested, meaning there's 2 people running for them, and I'm running against someone, and she's running against me, and I'd appreciate your vote. It's board seat 3, it's youth director, and that person's in charge of setting up youth activities at the Koneka coin shows, things like the A&A, etc., for the Boy Scouts, and and actually there was, and if I'm elected, I still want to do this. There was a giveaway that John Sullivan did every issue of Aeroscope for the kids. He'd have a picture of a coin and you name the error, and then he'd give away, whatever the uh, some kind of little something as a prize to the first, I don't know how many people. So that's a pretty cool idea. I like it. 5 people in the house. I'm in a silly mood as well as not feeling well, so bear with me. But DMV, it seems like haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? I'm getting all nosy. Oh, I hope everyone had a happy and or is having a happy Columbus Day, or I think some people call it Indigenous People Day, whatever you want to call it. Just I hope you've had a good day. I don't want to get political. Don't need to get political. We're about coins, but I'm just saying I hope you have had a awesome day. My night is still young. It's only 7:30 here, and I stay up till about midnight because then I can sleep until like 6 in the morning. That's 6 hours sleep. And compared to what I used to do, which was staying up 3 and 4 days, literally 3 or 4 days at a time, 6 hours is plenty for me. Uh, my cat actually now, come here, Dizzy boy. My cat will often wake me up. He's so funny. That's true. I hadn't thought about that. Summertime is probably great for coin shows, and then wintertime people come and probably do coin shows too. But um, yeah, summertime people were vacationing and stuff and enjoying the weather. So maybe I'll have more viewers who have nothing to do at nights. Thank you. That was a good idea. That was a really good thought. I hope that's what you were alluding to. If not, um, it makes sense to me. Dizzy, what are you doing, buddy? Are you trying to annoy me? I love you. Dizzy, Dizzy, Dizzy boy. He's a nut. I've got boxes that I haven't unpacked yet. I got some supplies in, and then I got more supplies in that I didn't need, but it was very generous, so I'm going to take it and be happy about it. It was very generous. But now I've got boxes to unpack, and he's having fun in the boxes. I saw him in a drawer actually. Well, I bored two people, so they left. That's all right. No, y'all. I'm sorry. I just didn't. I've been busy lately, and I just haven't had anything planned. Anybody want to see some cool coins? Now I think DMV, you've seen these before. No, maybe not. I think I got these. You weren't here last week, right? I try to keep track, but it's kind of difficult. I got some really sweet varieties and errors. Well, come here if you want to. Hey, buddy, I can't really pet you right now. Well, I'll pet you with my arm. Does that count? Welcome to the room. Okay, well, I got a ton of errors, and I'm just it's I don't really I'm probably not gonna do an auction tonight unless a lot of people will show up. So this is basically show and tell if you want to look at some cool stuff. So like I said, I had no other plans. What do you collect? Did you say you collect errors and varieties, or do you collect something else? Oh, I'm gonna fix my picture too, by the way, so that you can see the coin and not me. I love having gloves. I can touch the um, what's it called? Not the coin, but the coin basically. Let me see what that looks like. I guess that looks okay. You're looking at Lincoln's neck right now. I'm gonna. Well, I need to get out of the way and focus it. Oh, wrong way. if that's I guess that's PMD on his neck. But look at this RPM. It's also a really close mark to the date. Um, but yeah, that's a pretty cool RPM. I like it. I've got more dramatic ones, but that's pretty dramatic. How am I? I forgot how to do this. Let's see. The oh, here we go. And I got some really good. I don't know if you saw, but I've got these gloves, and I got a bunch of cool supplies and some clips and some stuff like that. These plastic non PVC clips with the little inserts, and I was really smart. I got more inserts than I did clips because I knew I would mess up the writing. Oh, this is cool. Starting to get into air. Oh, the silver dollars and pandas. That's cool. I was thinking I would love to invest in some silver. Um, I bought some from Lemonhead Penny. Gosh, months back, months and months and months ago. Um, but it was like $18 to $20 an ounce then, and last time I checked, it was like down to 14. So I'm wondering if I should wait for it to go down more, or if I should get a few ounces at 14. What do you suggest? And this is an S over S over S. Oh, I forgot there's a little lag. Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool. Hey Alexander, how are you doing? It's great to see you. I'm doing kind of show and tell. Just I didn't plan anything like I should have. Honestly, I got lazy, but I also had a lot to do. So we're just hanging out, and I'm showing off errors and varieties. Um, and I've got foreign coins too. Mostly, no, I don't want to say mostly. Uh, I, I organized. I wanted to organize my errors. I mean, pardon me, my foreign coins, and didn't get a chance to do it. So basically, all I got organized is the UK coins because my mom lives. Is it Eagle? Hey, Eagle, how are you doing? My southern accent just really slipped there, didn't it? How you doing? How are you doing? Without. All right, I'm not going to show you the obverse. Who can tell me what this is without seeing the obverse? You have to type fast or it disappears. Oh no. I used to, I had a keyboard problem one time where I would start typing and it would jump to the beginning of the sentence. So the end of the sentence was at the beginning. So it was, it sounded like Yoda, or it looked like Yoda was typing. It was like, trying to type, I am. Uh, finish the sentence without getting interrupted. I am trying to. This is. Anybody else have a guess? Or is it not? Is 88? Oh, by the way, 88 what? Just 88? Is that your just 88? Is that your guess? Or is there something about the 88? Oh, I forgot. I got Fancy G. Yep, I'll give you that much. But the wrong year. 98. I found more 98s than anything. I bought this one actually. But I've found more than that. I don't. I was given a 99, and I found two or three 98s, and I found a 2000. But I've never found a 99. It is pretty. These, I mean, yeah, I've got actually a few examples. Like I said, 'cause I've found a few. Um, it's not a bad example. I'll tell you what I'd really love to find. I would love to find, what is it? 92 close AM. All right, hurry back. You're going to miss some awesome coins. I'm going to show all the best while you're gone. I feel like being silly tonight. Pardon me. This is, yeah, I don't really care for these so much. This is Double Die Obverse 01, and it's 2001. But I mean, there's just not. I mean, it is verified as that. I've talked to people that have verified. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of separation on the T, I guess, unless that's a nick. But it is definitely thicker. Um, but that one does not impress me that much. That's just kind of so-so in my opinion. I mean, for a minor doubled die. You gotta make sure I put a space there. It's pretty cool, but it's very minor. Here's see, this is yeah, this is another double to die obverse 01. You don't need to see that. This is GDR 066. Log ins and left center of window. Uh, oh, are those logins in the left center of the window? Is that what I'm seeing? Is that what they're talking about? Because this one was, I didn't look at the picture to see where the logins were doubled. Don't understand what. I'm sorry, chats. I mean, I'm lagging a little bit, so I'm a little bit behind you all. I buy stuff to resell, but to keep too. I was saying earlier, I don't make a lot of money on coins. It's a hobby that I just have fun with. I do sell stuff. All this stuff is for sale, but if I don't sell it, it's a nice stuff to have in your collection. Oh yeah, I gotta back up for this one. maybe change the zoom. Where's the zoom? That doesn't seem to be helping. Anyway, this is a pretty not. Oh, double die. So you're familiar with how coins are made, right? Or are you? Because I can explain it. Look at this lamination, y'all. Isn't that pretty? It's a nice lamination. Don't be shy, y'all. Say hello if I haven't talked to you. You don't have to, but oh, okay. Well, basically, let me get you a good example of what we're talking about. When a coin, how a coin is made, real simply is, and I'm going to kind of, I'm not going to get into all the steps to bore, I don't want to bore you, but basically, you start out with a huge design, huge. It's like 12 inches or 6 inches sculpture of what the coin is going to look like. All right. And then that gets plated with epoxy to protect it. It's plaster, and it looks just like the coin, but it's really, really, really big. And a little tracing, janvier. I'm not going to use fancy terms. You got two ends. You got this end right here that goes in concentric circles and traces the design, and it puts it on a little piece of metal on this side that's the size of the coin. All right. So they're going around and around. This is getting traced, and the design is being transferred to here. So you have a bar that is just a piece of metal, and then at the top, it's got the design, but it's raised. Now you'll notice, yeah, they cast it. Now you'll notice that coins are raised. Well, so in order to take these blanks that they make coins from, they have to make a negative impression to get the positive impression on the coin. They do that by taking that thing that was traced is called a hub that was the size of the coin, and it looks just like the coin, but it's piece of metal. They press that into a die, and that's exactly what the coin's going to look like, because that metal is going to flow up from the blank into that die. Well, sometimes the image either wasn't deep enough or they had to do something and it had to get pressed again. So that hub, the relief or raised image gets stamped again or impressed again, and so whatever's on that die will appear on the coin, and that's where you get the term double die. It's a double impression of because the die was struck by the hub, and it wasn't lined up exactly. If it were lined up exactly, you wouldn't notice as much. Like that 2001, that's not a very major one. I mean, that just looks pretty much like a regular coin, but I'm about to show you. Yes, I'm going to show you. I've got a much better example of a double die that I'm looking for right now. There's a major example like the 1955, and you know, the more major the doubling, the more valuable the coin. Plus, the obviously, as you know, the more rare. Like the fewer they made, so sometimes they catch them really early, and they're worth a lot. Um, but I'm going to show you when I can find it. Ah, so here's an example. Again, that 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 bar or that piece of metal that got traced onto was pressed into the die and then pressed into it again, but it wasn't lined up just right. And so what happened is you got, and I'm going to go down and zoom in so you can see this because you really want to see this. All right, you see, let's see if we can, I'm going to try to get some better, I'm going to see if I can't reduce some of this light a bit. Oop, too much. We got glare. Do you see? Probably. I've got an even better example, but I don't know if you could. Let me. Double dies can be cheap if they're not really. See how kind of thick that is? And there's just a little bit of separation. That's not the one that I was looking for, but that's kind of an example. Let me find the one that I was looking for. Give me one sec. And this is the stuff that I kind of specialize in. The guy that there's a guy named Bill Fiva. I don't know how much you sell or how much you research, but Bill Fiva and J.T. Stanton wrote. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. A book called The Cherry Picker's Guide, which was basically coins that you could look for in dealers' inventory that had these kinds of mistakes on them, and you could sell them for profit. This holder's nasty. I'm gonna put it in a new holder. This one's a much. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pop the coin out of here and put this in a new holder after I show it to you, because you just can't see it with that light. All right. And I need to readjust the focus. Ooh, I love this camera. Look at the top of the eye and the N, and that is not a shadow. That's actually split. There's a little bit of splitting and separation of letters. It's just a little bit blurry still. Um, I haven't heard that, but I can ask my mom who lives in the UK. So actually, she lives in the UK 6 months out of the year. She lives in Wales. All right, look at the W and E. You see the top of the W and E? I'll be right back. This is going to be really easy. Hang on 1 second. I knew I got this for a reason. What did I drop? I'm coming back. I promise. Don't, don't, don't leave me. I need you. All right. Did I drop it for real? You can't. Come on, man. I dropped it. Hang on. I will not do that. Because these gloves, I can't feel with these gloves on. I don't know if y'all can hear me from here. Oh, I dropped another one. Man. I'm going to have to shove it in my hand just to make it work. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to try to use my... That is really big. Can't hold my hand steady. All right, you see that kind of coming down the W and that at the top of the E going down like that? That's evidence of doubling. And this is a somewhat strong one. There are much stronger. And look, you can see it. Oh yeah, that's better. Look at that. Let me adjust it right. Do you see the R and the U? That's really good. That's a real good example. Let me. You can actually see it at the bottom. Come on. The bottom and the side and inside and on the edge a little bit. The bottom leg, I mean. And you can see it on this side on the U and this side and on the S. So that's a pretty cool double die. It's a more popular one. It's not the most popular. They have some that are far better, but 1972 has, I think it's 7 different ones. No, it's more than that, I think. No, yeah, it's more than that. But it's got quite a few. And one of them is really, really major. That would be Double Die Obverse 01. And up until 1989, on since the mint marks, the letters below the date, were punched in by hand. Someone literally took a punch and went bang. Well, sometimes they would Let's see if this shows it. Well, I'm not sure. Sometimes there would be what do you call it? Like a bounce, like a ricochet almost, like from the gunfire almost. And it would kind of do a doo doo like that. So the mint mark would get punched in twice or more, sometimes three, four times, um, usually twice. And that's called an RPM. This is an example. And then they, in 19, I think it's 89, they started putting the mint marks in to the dies by hand. Yeah, if you look at the side of the S, the top left, there. Wow, this is toothpicks are too big of pointers, but right there, that's the RPM. And they also sometimes would punch in one mint mark, like say Denver, and then for some reason or another, go in and punch another mint mark, like D on cents. Then you have errors. Those are varieties. This is an error. This is actually, man, I'm getting my workout raising this microscope. Actually, it's really small, but this is a clip. When they're punching out the blanks, they overlapped on the punching out the blanks, and this happened. And let me see if this is a good example. I don't know if you can tell, but the metal, like the C and the A, kind of flow towards, well, sorry, flow kind of towards the edge. And that's one reason you know that it's a legitimate thing, a legitimate clip, or it's sometimes called an incomplete planchet. Whereas someone could have just, you know, used wire cutters or something like that. But when you see this flow like that, that means it's real. Plus, on the opposite side of the clip, you'll have all of this extra rim. You literally just go directly across from the clip and you'll see extra rim. If I like an item, I will buy it, but I was paying for international track shipping. Oh, Lord, yeah. Yeah, no, I can see how that would be. Yeah, international shipping's outrageous. If you're just selling to sell, like who do you sell to? Oh, this is cool. This coin was double struck. Got struck once, and instead of leaving like it should have been, it almost left, but then it got struck again. And what we're seeing, let me orient myself. Yeah, we're actually seeing this part right here. And let's see something. Is there image on the back? No. Wait. It's hard to see. I can't tell much about the back. Oh, and oh yeah, this is an interesting little tidbit of information that people probably know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. We refer to scents before 19, uh, well, including 1982 and back, except there were some years that changed. During that year, there was changes to the composition of the metals, but some 1982, like a lot of them, and on back, all of those were made from what a lot of people call copper, but it's actually 95% copper. I think 95 and 10%, or excuse me, 5% tin. So it's actually they're actually um, brass. Brass. There's another lamination. You're only starting the game doing this because I buy and sell anything, but the thing about coins is you really kind of do have to know what you're doing. Like all I know, seriously, is errors and varieties, and even that is hard to learn. Um, but if you're going to sell in general, you need to learn key dates of every series, basically. Um, you need to learn to detect counterfeits, and if you're doing any gold, um, and Morgans, even Morgan dollars, you really have to look out for counterfeits because gold is the most counterfeited, and Morgan dollars are up there because so many people collect Morgan dollars. This is a neat coin. Uh, that's boring. This is oh cool. This is 50% silver. This is a 1942 sixpence. 50% silver. I wonder what that weighs. I forgot I threw some foreign in here. Just be careful. Don't get burned because a lot of people will try to burn you if you're just starting out. I actually see. I'll tell you what I did. I a few years ago saved up 200 and something dollars, and I wanted to start selling at like antique malls and antique shops and flea markets and that kind of thing. And I thought I could do well, and I bought so much stuff from my local coin dealer, and he's a nice guy, and I think he meant well, maybe. Anyway, he sold me lots of proof sets. We're talking almost all proof sets. And those coins individually can sell for more if you break them out of the proof sets, because some people are only looking for certain years. So I thought, well, I'm going to break them all out of the proof sets. And as it turned out, the coins were not even worth near what I paid, and I still can't give some of them away. That's how bad it is. The one good thing, this was really cool. He gave me a mint set, which is it's a circulation, uncirculated piece on on it's uncirculated from each year. If you know what a mint set is, I mean it's uncirculated examples of each coin from that certain year. And I looked at the Jefferson nickel. I was actually going to price. Get this, I bought the set for like $2. I was going to price it at like 4 or 5, and I was going to price it, and I saw a gash across Jefferson's face. Now, mint sets are supposedly individually inspected for flaws, and I'm thinking that major gash, that's a major piece of damage, but that shouldn't be in a proof set. I mean, a mint set. Well, what I figured out, I kind of, you know how you're looking so close at something, you don't see the full picture? Well, I kind of zoomed out with my eyes. I mean, I just kind of focused differently. And all of a sudden, I realized I was looking at part of another Jefferson. And what it was, the coin was double struck. And not just like boom, boom, but like boom, rotated, boom. You can. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Let me see something. I'm going to see if this will work. We may, well, no, I better not. Actually, yeah, I can. Oh, I shouldn't have been doing that. There's a site. Well, I'll wait until you tell me to hold on. So, and hello everybody else that is watching. I see all 4 of you, 3 of you that aren't talking. Not really. Yeah. Hey, as long as you can sell, I just don't want you to end up getting stuck like I did. I mean, I couldn't give this stuff away. Like people, I would ask dealers if they wanted to buy it in bulk, and they said, I've got too much of that junk, it doesn't sell. So if you can sell it, go for it. Find what you can sell, even if it is junk, because every I just couldn't find the right market. There are people that buy that stuff. I didn't have the patience for it. I know the market for this stuff right here, and I know I've sold this stuff right here. It's what I know. And that's just a tiny, tiny, tiny little aspect of the hobby. I'm amazed at how much some people know. It's just incredible. Like my mentor, Bill Fiva. I mean, just he's forgotten more than I'll ever learn. And Mike Ellis, if you know, yeah, Mike Ellis. Well, there's a website. Let me give you a website. Make sure I put in, and that will give you the current, and it's pretty accurate. From what I've seen, it's accurate. Um, that'll give you an idea of how much things sell for. Um, and so, for instance, there is a section that says proof sets. I think it's near the bottom. But if you go down to the bottom of the page, you can see it. Click on proof sets and then look at the year, and you'll see exactly how much it is. Now, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, that's right. I was thinking something else, but yeah, coinprices.org. That's pretty good. Also, eBay is obviously good, but I mean, I don't believe in cheating anyone, but I believe if a person's willing to pay something, let them pay it, as long as you're not cheating them. I had a coin one time. See, I get these coins fairly cheap because I've got a contact who wants me to succeed, basically, knows I need the money. And he sells me these very cheap, so I can sell them very cheap. Sometimes they go for full retail, and I'm shocked because I didn't. I may have paid, you know. Errors get pretty expensive. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you're talking five, ten, and $20, I've got stuff like that. But the errors and varieties, and it's a niche market. They're neat, especially if you have people that are interested in U.S. errors or varieties, because I'm moving my picture a little bit, especially because they've never seen them. I mean, there are in I'm sorry, where'd you say you were from? The UK? They have errors and varieties too, but they don't have U.S. errors and varieties. More than I mean, they do have some, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's not a huge seller of them. I mean, there might be one or two, but you never know. But it depends on what you want to sell, you know. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. If you can find someone that you can buy really cheap off of, that you are going to buy. See, because I buy from him fairly regularly. It might only be, sometimes it's $50, sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's more than that. But if you got someone that you will buy consistently from, that's a good way to develop a rapport with someone and start getting really good discounts. And they'll start. The more you buy, the better they'll treat you. I mean, that's basic business. I'm not a businessman. I know nothing about marketing, but it makes sense. You know, if someone's gonna buy from you. Uh, I've got some customers that, and I don't have a lot of customers. Don't get me wrong, but I've got a few customers, and they continue to buy off of me because I try to be nice to them, and I'll throw in extras. what are you looking for? What are you specifically looking for? Because I've got all, because like I said, I've mainly got errors varieties. I've got foreign coins, but you're in the UK, so you probably wouldn't want my UK coins. But I mean, I've got other countries too. I don't know how well they sell in in the UK. I've also got Lincoln cents from various years. Here they sell dirt cheap, like virtually. I mean, in uncirculated, really, really pretty condition, they don't sell for, you know, 50 cents. Some of them. I'm not saying all of them. Once you get into the earlier years, they sell for quite a bit, but it just depends on what you're looking for, though. I'm sorry, I read chat. I don't look into the cam enough. Well, if you think you might want to try an error or two, I would go with errors more than varieties, because with varieties you have to have it's called a loop, a magnifier, and sometimes you have to have one of these USB microscopes. But an error like that clip I told you about, or this, actually, look, this is from India. What happened was a piece of the die broke off, so there was no place for the metal to go but up. It didn't get stopped. And this is called a cud. And the way you can tell that this one's real is on the back, there's weakness in that same area. I would start off with stuff like this that's dramatic, uh, rather than the minor stuff that you have to look at in detail. Oh, like this is this is one of my favorite errors. Again, it was struck off center, very, very, very off center, but we have the date and mint mark. Off centers with the date and mint mark are good, but this only has the date and mint mark, which is really, really, really unusual. You rarely find that off center in that position, because you just don't find them. Because think about anywhere it could on the coin could have been off center, and it could have been, if it had just been, that much off. I mean, that much off center, you wouldn't have seen the date. Well, all right. Let me ask you this. Um, Let me ask you this: how much do you? All right. Well, first off, do you have PayPal? That would be the first thing. Then I need to find out how much international shipping would be. Um, all right, good. You got PayPal. That's the best start, because that's really where I mean, that's the best way to do business, because you have, it's electronic, it's instant, and it's on paper. So there's no he said, she said, junk like that. Um, and I mean, it's totally secure. Uh, then we need to figure out international shipping. Then either I mean, again, I can show you my coins, or you can just give me a price range that you want to spend, and I can figure up a lot and tell you this is what I have to make profit, which, oh, okay. Um, but yeah, then I could, tell you, I mean, I could put together you a lot, but you just have to tell me kind of, I mean, I could put together some stuff, but again, it's going to be errors and varieties. Well, errors. I mean, I'm not going to send you varieties again, just because you have to be able to see them, and these errors are easier to sell if you're looking for a wow factor. Just to meet, like, you pick up a coin and, oh my gosh, it's missing half the coin, or oh my gosh, the coin's completely hanging off of the blank. But so what I need is a price range, and then I could tell you what I can do, and maybe send you pictures of what I have, and we can work on a deal that way or something. But if you wanna buy Airs and Rogers, I'd be glad to sell you some, because I can get them all the time. My supply will not stop. Did everyone get bored? Everyone left. We don't need them anyway. Oh, okay. That's cool. Now, my mom, I mean, so this is weird. My mom lives in Wales, but my stepmom was originally from Britain. I'm not sure where, but she was originally from Britain, so it's kind of funny. But now, isn't a boot, the car boot, the trunk? I learned a little bit of lingo from my stepmom. Actually, it's very funny. As you know, here in the USA, we celebrate our independence from from England and the UK, or Britain, I should say. And every year when I was a kid, our stepmom would take us to get fireworks on the 4th of July. And she'd go to write a check for the fireworks, and she would say, "Now, what is today's date?" She's funny. She's got a good sense of humor. And of course, today here in the U.S., it's Columbus Day, which apparently has several other different names that I didn't even know about. We need to see how much shipping would be. I mean, these are not heavy. It would be light packages, so I would not think that the shipping would be that much. Um, yes, it's on the picture. Donations are welcome. Same thing. It's donations, or that's where I sell. You send the payments to, yeah, coinwriter@hotmail.com. And Don't send me any money yet. Let's figure this out. Um, Gosh, it's late there. It's let's see, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 1, 1. It's like 2:30 almost there, isn't it? I was thinking if you want to talk about it more, wait, you have Facebook. I was thinking either we do two things. I've got international long distance right now because my mom's in the UK, and so oh wow, um, I, I'm not gonna say anything bad about her. I know her decently well. She seems nice. I will say that seems pretty expensive. It just depends on how heavy the box is. The thing is, I can fit. I mean, that's nothing. This weighs. I have a scale I can tell you, but we're talking 20 something grams, 25 grams at the most. That's just an estimate. I just picked up a pile of coins, but they're probably Lincoln cents. Um, but yeah, let me see how much international shipping is. So I was gonna say either I could call you sometime if you're cool with that, or if you got Facebook, we could talk about this on Facebook. I don't want to talk about it a whole lot on the live stream. Um, that should kind of be our business and nobody else's. Um, just for both of us. I mean, I don't want, you know, and again, I don't want to, mention people that don't come to my room because I don't talk to them or whatever. But $70 per box, that's expensive, but it may have been heavy. If it was heavy, it might be really expensive, but it just depends on how you ship it. But I will find out how much international shipping is. I do know it's expensive, but I can't imagine it would be so expensive. But I don't know. My mom sends me postcards from Wales pretty much all the time. Takes a while to get here, but yeah. Oh, I love how you say that or how you write that. Half 2 a.m. I love that. Is that common British? See, my stepmom's totally uh, Americanized now, pretty much, and my mom is, still American. Um, but is that common? Is that commonly how you, is that how you say it commonly in the UK? Half 2 a.m. I love that. I was reading something really interesting. I'm from the South. I try not to have too much of a Southern accent. I really focus on enunciating and pronouncing things correctly. But I have a Southern accent. I'm from Arkansas, which is in the South, and I found out that a lot of very common Southern expressions actually came from Britain, and I didn't realize that. And I don't know if you're familiar with Appalachian talk, but it sounds like nonsense. Yeah. But Appalachian talk sounds like nonsense to me, but apparently they're very common British sayings, and we just they have an Americanized accent that's very, very, very what we call Southern here. But I love that have to. I used to have a girlfriend who would say things. She would say noon 30 or midnight 30, and she would make up her own words just because. Let's get an interesting coin under here. Showed you that. What have I not shown you? Oh, that's so disappointing because I love half two. I'm gonna say half two. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna say half two. And if they don't like it, they can just forget about it. All right. I don't know how familiar you are with the Lincoln cent, aka the penny, but this is the back design, and sometimes the dies come together, or a piece of a die will break off, etc. And what you'll get, this was very unusual because usually it's just they land right dead center with each other. But in this particular case, well, first off, we see E pluribus right here. E pluribus, out of many one, or of many one. And if we look at the bottom of this coin in the right lighting, oh, this is just bad light. Bad lighting. Come on. There we go. All right. I'm going to use this. That area down at the bottom is pluribus as well. You can kind of make out, yeah, there you go. You can kind of make out the letters. Huh. I don't see why they don't ship internationally, except for that it's expensive. Um, I mean, now were you paying the shipping or was she, or did y'all split it? How did that work? See, here in the U.S., we usually have the buyer pay the shipping, but international is a little bit different, I'm sure. And yeah, Ken knows this stuff. Dizzy, what are you doing? You're being a good boy. You're being a good boy. You pay all the well, then I don't. This is not a, first off, I want to make it very clear. This is not a criticism of SJ. All right. But if you're paying all the cost, I don't understand why there's a problem. But there may be something that I don't know. I mean, that's something you'd have to talk to her about. I will investigate. I will see. And also, other than the errors and the rise, do you think you can sell really pretty Lincoln cents? I mean, I don't know how many y'all get there, but I've got like a whole box of them that I can't sell here that I could sell to you for like, you know, not a lot. We're talking less than 50 cents on most of them. But they're from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they're not errors. Just common here. The live stream may glitch for a minute. I'm going to check out international shipping real quick. I'm just going to. Did my mouse try to die? I've got a USB mouse, and it goes by batteries, and it goes through batteries so fast. Of course, maybe because I buy cheap batteries. Uh, okay, international. Here we go. Let me take off this glove for a minute. I'm not handling raw coins. Oh yeah, my battery's trying to die. Dang. Oh, here we go. International. Let's see about this real quick. Now, proof sets are more expensive. I mean, no, not more expensive. More proof sets are heavier, but for one, all right, let's say I would it would I would ship maybe 5 or 6 ounces at a time. That's like $13. Wait, let me make sure that could be wrong. Let me try. Let me try international priority. See, it's still. I'll have to see how. Do you know what she was shipping it at? Uh, maybe it's priority mail. Let's see, priority mail, or no, I can't find. All right, it could have been. But see, I'm not. My stuff's not that heavy. Proof sets will because they'll get the plastic and everything else. My stuff's not that heavy. But do you know what? Do you know what service she was using? Like, was it priority or first class or air mail or because that could change the cost. If you want to airmail, that's going to be probably quite a bit expensive. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You said international tract. International tract. Okay. I missed that. I apologize. All right. Let's see about our international. Let's see international insurance. All right, from 0 to 12.95 plus $1.25 per hundred. All right. Uh, let's see. Find out what you can send internationally. Let's say it's a large flat envelope. Oh yeah, I can do that. View all prohibited items and nothing. There's nothing about coins. Nothing about coins at all. Well, we figured out. Um, did you say, do you have Facebook or not? And the video output's low, so I'm going to get off of this tab real quick. Why don't you message me on Facebook so we can talk? I mean, why don't you add me on Facebook or I can add you and we can talk about it there. By the way, this, I don't mean to, all right, how do I put this? I'm trying to put this respectfully. Um, if you buy from Lemonhead Penny, just don't tell me. Um, he's a good guy, but some damage was done that on both sides, and apologies were both said. So I have no hard feelings, but uh, some things went down that have affected me to this day because of a miscommunication, and it has really hurt, really, really hurt, and it's 80% my fault. But that's all. I mean, you know, but yeah, if you can do it through Travis, go ahead. I mean, as far as with SJ and all that. Um, but yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk on Facebook too, and I'll see what I can do because I've got some pretty cool errors. I can get some errors that you can sell probably pretty fast. Like people love off centers. You can buy from whoever you want. I want to make that very clear. I just, like I said, I'm sorry. It's not a big deal. I was just surprised to see the name. A lot of kind of stuff came flooding back. He's a good guy. He is a good guy, and he's very reasonable with his prices. So do not hesitate to buy from him. Oh, really? Really, hi ho? Yeah, I don't know why people won't ship overseas. I mean, I don't see why it's a problem. But I've never done it before either, though. So I'm sure there's some legitimate concerns. I haven't run into it, so I've never done it. Pardon me. I can't talk. I told you I try to hide my southern accent, Alexander, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I end up stumbling all over my words. If I was really going to talk, I'd be talking like this pretty much. Just real lazy and kind of all together. But I really try to enunciate like this. Really, I wonder what the deal is. I would love to ask one of them, but they don't talk to me. So that, so I don't know. Oh, I'm getting such bad memories right now. Deep breaths. Everything is all right. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know who I can ask, but I'll try to see why people aren't shipping international. I don't see what the big deal is. I will try to find out what the deal is with international shipping. Uh, that's good, Alexander. Just behave is my only advice. I was in very good with him at 1.2. Very good. But I don't want to air all that mess. Just things are not good right now. By the way, do you prefer Alex or Alexander? I mean, your name's Alexander. That's why I'm calling you that. And hi ho, I'm calling you hi ho because that's your screen name. So if y'all want me to call you other things, you just let me know. Alex. All right, I'll start calling you Alex. I figured it was. I just didn't know if you went by Alex or Alexander. She may have had a legitimate reason. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in a room in since probably July or August. I think July. We haven't kept in touch. Same with Ken Peavy and Lemonhead and pretty much everybody. I don't go into now. There's a guy named Cab Seven, and he's not a coin collector, but he's just a really good guy. And if you ever want just kind of some uplifting, you should go to Cab Seven. His real name's Ben. Oh, you know what? That may be how you found me. Did Ben mention I? I've gotten a few subscribers off of him. He is such a great guy. I don't know if you were in there the other night. The other night he actually had me on Hangouts and we talked. He had me tell some of my stories. My big one being long story short, several months ago, I had stopped taking my blood pressure medication and some other medication because I couldn't afford it, or I thought I couldn't afford it. Well, when you end up in the hospital with blood pressure of 241 over 132, you learn you better afford your blood pressure medication. And long story short, I started buying it, and it's harder to budget now, but I've started buying it, and I have felt better than I have in years. There were days where I would go literally 3 or 4 days without sleep, without any sleep. And now I have to get about 6 hours a night and sometimes a nap in the afternoon. And my body is just so much calmer. I wish I had uh, been doing the right thing all the time. Yes, I'm sorry, Alexander. There were I mean, Alex, sorry. Yeah, there were so many people in the room. I couldn't keep up with it. And when I was streaming, I couldn't. When I was talking to Ben, I couldn't see the room, so I didn't get to see everything. And the girl that was on after me, what was her name? She was amazing. streaming from a hospital bed and just so positive. That was so cool. I was really impressed with her and the the other guy. And I don't know all their names because I don't get to Cab Seven's room as much as I want to. But yeah, everybody was just. I just love that room. I feel so welcome. You know, his room is just so peaceful, and everybody just is a family there, and that's extremely rare on YouTube. I think. I mean, not all. No, I don't want to say that like that, but it is hard. You were on 1 weeks ago. Oh my gosh! Send me a link. I want to, or yeah, send me a link if you can. I'd love to watch it. I'd love to hear your story. That would be great. You know, everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone's got something going on, or a way. You know, everyone influences someone somehow. And now I'm starting to sound like Cab Seven, but it's true. You know, you never know who you're gonna inspire, or how you're gonna inspire them. Sometimes just being yourself, just living your life, is enough to inspire someone. It's amazing how that works, but it's true. You know, I'm physically disabled and I just live my life. I do what I have to do. And I've never understood why that's inspirational. But on the other hand, I've seen other people just living their lives, doing what they've got to do. And I find it inspirational. So, um, like Cab 7. And of course, like I said, Pee Wee Tom's. Pee Wee Tom's, you know, he had cancer and he fought for a very long time. And I knew when he was going to die. Um, it must have been was it a week before, or it might have been the day before. He posted a video, and he was just, you could tell it was coming, and that hurt him so bad. And with Claire Wineland, who had cystic fibrosis, but pardon me, I cried over Claire quite a bit. If you if you haven't seen her channel, just check it out. All right, hi ho, Silver. We'll see you later, buddy. Thank you so much for dropping in. So good to see you. You like my background? Well, Alexander, I see. I'm reading it. Alex, if you get a chance, you should get on sometime. Everybody has a story to tell, so I would encourage you to tell your story. Cab would love to have you on. I know. Ben is such a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. Cab 7. Yeah, I can't remember what week I was on though. Oh man, my monitor's trying to act up. It's got actually one of the cords is kind of cut a little bit, and there are exposed wires. I need to get some electrical tape. But so my monitor turns purple. everyone, well, all right. So I don't know your story, but everyone makes mistakes. And I kind of alluded to it earlier. I made a mistake, and there was miscommunication, and to this day I'm being judged. And you know how something starts out small, and then the word gets around, and all of a sudden it's turned into something that it totally wasn't. That's what's happened to me. I actually had a legitimate mistake and errors and problems, but it snowballed into things that I didn't do, and people are believing that I didn't do things, or I mean that I did do things that I didn't do, and it has ruined some of my reputation a little bit with certain folks, not everybody, because I learned from my mistake. But anyway, learn from your the big thing. If you learn from your mistakes, if people still judge you, that's kind of on them. You know, it's if that's what it is. I mean, that's just what it sounds like from what you're saying. Remember, bad things happen to good people too, and good people do bad things sometimes. Good people can do very bad things, myself included. Sorry, I was reading something. I know someone that was in a similar situation. There was a friend that something similar happened to, and you just kind of have to like my mistakes. I admit I made my mistakes. I asked for forgiveness. Many people forgive, and I'm talking about just in general, not specifics, just throughout life. I make mistakes. I ask forgiveness, learn from my mistakes, and all you can do is ask forgiveness, and then it's on them to forgive you. If they don't, that's on them. As long as you did what you tried, as long as you tried to correct your mistake, that's all you can do. You can't go back, and you can't keep living the mistake forever. In other words, living with the guilt of it. At some point, you have to say, you know what? I did my best. I did my part. It was a horrible thing I did, whatever it may be, even if it was something silly. I'm just saying an example. And then you just say, all right, well, if people don't want to forgive me, I've tried my best. I did what I had to do, and what I felt like I wanted to do, what was in my heart, and then there you go. So don't worry about. Well, yeah, and again, I know another guy that has not seen his child for many years, and he didn't do anything wrong. There were lies about him, and um, I'm gonna guess that your wife was involved, and a lot of times women are believed. You know, in most custody cases, at least here in the U.S., most custody goes to the mother. Um, it sucks sometimes. I love my mom, so it's but I'm just saying I've known a couple of instances where the women have gotten the children when it was not fair, and I've seen it go the other way too. But yeah. Oh, you said foster care though. Well, that's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, that'll do it. Everybody can be. I mean, not everybody. I mean, men and women can be very mean and evil and selfish. And then there are a lot of great people too. That's the one thing I love about the coin community. I've met a couple of bad people, couple, but I've met so many wonderful people. I've been doing this for 29 years, going on 30 years now, and I'm 34. Gonna be 35 in January, and I've met so many wonderful people. Um, it's a great hobby. I just got a weird message. Let me see what this was about. Yeah, I know what this is about. Oh, get this. My phone, I can't type into my phone with my gloves on. You gotta have the fingerprint. Hang in there. I'll be thinking about you. You know, the end may be a long, long, long way away, but the good guys usually win in the end. And that's my hope because I'm going through a lot of stuff right now too. Um, have been for years actually over bunch of situations. They're crazy, but in the end, the good guys win. The end may take forever to get to, but good guys win in the end. But if you ever need it, why don't you add me to Facebook? Um, or I can try to find you. But I think Alexander Smith is probably a common name. But I'm David Smock. You knew that. It says in chat. Why don't you add me on Facebook? You will. It'll happen. What the heck? Oh, yeah, there we go. My mouse was messing up again. I mean, I've replaced the batteries later tonight. Add me on Facebook, though. I don't drink a lot of soda, but I'm gonna drink a little bit of soda. Just a little bit. Take it. There we go. By the way, hello to whoever else is in the room. It's good to see you. Well, I mean, it's good that you're here because I can't see you, but you can see me. Why is my live stream messed up? It's lagging quite badly. Oh wait, did I read that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to answer this real quick. Ooh, low battery. Oh, good. The live stream's healthy again. Alexander, are you still here? I mean, Alex. Again, I'm reading the name. I shouldn't read the names. I know you by now. You're Alex. Because I saw someone drop out of the room, so I didn't know if that was you or. I guess this is probably it for the night, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else is going to be here. Alex, are you still here? Oh, cool. If you are, I just saw your request. and I'm going to add you. I'm going to, there you go. If you're still here, you're, Alex, are you here? You haven't answered me, so I'm assuming not. So whoever's here, if you want to talk, cool, but you got to let me know, because otherwise I've got nothing to say really. I've already, uh, I've run out of ideas. I need interaction. This is a back and forth, at least for me. That's how I like to do it. All right. Well, it looks like no one else is here. I mean, no one here wants to talk. So if no one wants to talk, I guess I need to end the live stream. So thank you everybody that has joined and watched. I hope I forgot to say thumb up and like and all that stuff and subscribe, but you know, do it anyway if you watch this video later. And thank you everybody for your support. I really love the community and I want to thank you all, and you all have a wonderful. Oh, there he is. He's back. Well, I'm pretty much ending because no one else is here. Everyone else left. So I'm gonna get back on Facebook. And that way we can talk more privately. So everyone that did, welcome whoever is watching. And if you want to, you can introduce yourself. It's a slow night. Yeah, I saw that, Alex, and I approved your request for the Facebook coin collectors of Facebook. I try to post in there every day. Sometimes I don't. Oh, and I did. I meant. Why did my message not send? I sent you a message and it didn't send. There we go. It finally sent. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna get on Facebook because whoever else is watching doesn't want to talk. So we can talk on Facebook if you want. And I do appreciate your support watching. Thank you so much. And for everyone else that watched too, that's not here, appreciate that too. All right. Well, y'all have a good night, and I will see you on Facebook, Alex. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night or morning, whatever the case may be. All right, I will see you all next Monday, same time, about 7. I try to start at 7, but it's usually about like 7:15 p.m., which, Alex, your time would be what, 1 to 1:15. Ooh, in the morning? You're a night owl. All right. Well, I'll see y'all. I'll see you on Facebook, Alex, and I'll see the rest of y'all later.